I was humbled and honored to be asked to speak with you today. And Stephanie just had one request, which was to keep it to 50 words or less. And as all of the recovering and incumbent politicians will attest, a hot microphone and a crowd is hard to resist. So please bear with me. I've come to learn that we cross paths with people in life, sometimes for a reason, sometimes for a season, and in my case with John, we cross paths for a lifetime, albeit way too short. We both sought to serve the people of Maine. It was an honor to do that. And never in my wildest dreams did I ever imagine I would be invited to speak before the Maine Democrat Party. But isn't that a fitting tribute because of John? That's the way he led. It was about the outcome. It was about the goal. It was about the results. And it didn't matter whether you were a Republican or a Democrat. If you were part of the solution, you were welcomed to be part of it. But later, when John and I became colleagues on the political brew, I thought to myself, how's this gonna go? Because we truly didn't agree on what time it was, politically speaking. But yet quickly we discovered how much we have in common. We both represented the town of Brunswick in our public service. We both were volunteer firefighters. John was a hero, helping someone in a burning building, and I went to my first fire at my own house. John and I also loved basketball. John had the opportunity to play with a future NBA star, Adrian Dantley, and I had the experience of being humiliated in the state championship game, getting beat 106 to 66 in a 32-minute basketball game. We each have 3 children. We each have a daughter, Madeline. But what endured was our commitment to use our political experiences and our genuine friendship and respect for each other to help the people of Maine understand better how their government works, how to be respectful in debate, how to use the opportunity in 6-minute segments on live television to educate and trying to remove the toxicity out of politics today. But if I might, I'll take just a minute longer and share with you some of the things that I discovered about John off camera. First, he could step into any conversation mid-sentence and pick up where someone else just took an inhale breath and carry on the conversation to a conclusion. He could come into the studio and say, I know it's 3:30. I've got a 4:30 flight, so we got to move this along. And Pat Callahan and I would say to each other, he's got to go through security, he's got to find a parking spot, so on and so forth. Where are you going, John? Oh, I'm going down to take my dad to the University of Maryland football game. Oh, Stephanie and I are going down to New York City because a friend of mine's got a yacht and we're going out on a cruise. Oh, I've got to get down to Florida to see my friend Fred Forsley. Oh, I've got to go to an NCAA basketball tournament. And I'm thinking, John, you rail against these millionaires and billionaires. You live like a 1%er. And he would laugh, a full belly laugh. Probably the most curious part of our Political Brew segment was the winners and losers of the week. That was the most comments we got from viewers, and it became noteworthy that John had someone other than President Trump as the loser of the week. I had so much fun with John. I feel like we each came closer to understanding what matters more in life. And I want to say to the Richardson family how much I admire and respect your dad, your son, and your husband. And I'll leave you with this quote. It's by J.D. Miller, who lived from 1840 to 1912, who said, "The only thing that walks back from the tomb with the mourners and refuse to be buried is the character of the man. That is true. What a man is survives him. It can never be buried." Amen. John Richardson was a man of character, and he's left you a wonderful legacy to carry on. And to everyone in public service, regardless of whether you're a first-term city councilor or a school board member or a legislator or a governor or a president, John epitomized what public service is and how to work with people. And I'll leave you with this quote from our President Barack Obama, who said on November 4th, 2008, "If there's anyone out there who still doubts that America is a place where all things are possible, who still wonders if the dream of our founders is alive in our time, who still questions the power of democracy, tonight is your answer. Barack Obama was elected November 4th, 2008. Thank you for the honor of being part of this celebration.